hallway's gaping black maw stretched on and on, like the throat of a great one. Silence, save for the light trampled boots on metal deck plates. Spears of gunlight pierce the shadows. A pile of shipping crates here, a tool shelf there. A half-full sky truck select the entrance of a supply depot. Major Reinhardt breathed slowly and quietly, like everyone else. No force shields or station security. Jet decided if that was stranger than entering the Bay Road in total darkness. What was Luxica's commander up to? Door. Black Four pointed ahead. Stepping up to it, she and Darmac began turning the wheel crank. Rusty screeching made everyone wince. Ain't been much of a fight. Who know what they're up to? Not sure. We'd better. A red dot danced on Black Four's head. Snapper! All 14s fan their gunlights up and down the adjoining hallways. No one was there. Another bolt came from behind, hitting Indigo 3. A third barely missed Ahari. A fourth took Black 6. In that time, several resistance fighters had gotten shots off in the darkness. One body fell, and a second. Reinhardt held a hand up and listened. 20 seconds. Silence. Back on the door. She knelt over the resistance casualties. We lost 3. I count 4 shooters, said Darmac, cranking the squeaky wheel. Dell shook her head. Probably just a couple, moving up their numbers. Keep moving, we're still targets here. The door opened. Into the dark went the resistance, a little more wary this time. The far right wall held 3 round doors, 15-foot diameter from floor to ceiling. Left, the bank of supply depots. In the middle was a wide open room with more crates, a couple sky trucks, a forklift with pallets, several tables with food and tools and chairs and supply manifests and a sniper. A sniper? 4 and 6 fell. The other strike team split, taking cover where they could and returning fire. The sniper tossed out grenades, swept behind crates and sky trucks. The resistance fired back and attempted to move up in the chamber. The sniper circled around them and headed for one of the supply depots. Ward's 3 got him just as he slipped inside. Good shooting, Aberdeen. Reinhardt looked forward. 2 folk on door. On it! Indigo 2 ran ahead with 5, and they worked the wheel. The rest of the teams moved more slowly, peeking into the depots. Just one sniper. Seems odd there aren't more. Prime real estate here. Keep a lookout. That's all we can do. Power conduits in the chamber started to hum. Saley glanced around. What's that? Dunno, but I ain't liking it. The humming intensified. The resistance teams moved a little faster. Get that door open! We're trying. It's jammed. A guttural alarm knifed through the chamber air. 3 metallic clunks came from the right. Blow it open! Indigo 2 pulled the thermocharge from 5's backpack, stuck it to the door, prepped the timer and activated. They bounded back. On the left, depot doors closed one after another. Get that Gale Chem Feepin' door open! The resistance teams raced for it. On the right, the round doors began to grind open, revealing outer space. Indigo 2 and 5 dove through the breached door. Reinhardt yelled something to the others, but it was lost in the screaming gale winds and the icy cold and the avalanche of equipment and containers hurtling toward the bay doors. Chelsea, Darmac, Orange 3, and Black 1 and 2 were sucked onto the last bay door, pinned to its dwindling surface and the change in air pressure. Black 1's legs fell through the crack. He held on for dear life, cried out, and the great bludgeoned his face was ripped out into the void. Darmac clung to the jam between bay doors, wide-eyed, gasping. Reinhardt, Aberdeen, and Black 2 were doing the same. Everyone else was clinging to pipes and boxes and light fixtures on the ceiling. Let us sail by toward the yawning doors. Chelsea shouted something at the roof clingers, waved toward the exit. They started climbing that way. The Major and F3 took hold of a ceiling joist and inched up it away from the bay door. One after another, Resistance members began crawling through the exit door. Indigo 2 and 5 helped them. When the last person was through, he jammed death plate over the door hole. Keep moving. Reinhardt gagged and stumbled up the low air hallway. They made it to the next chamber door. They came together and forced the crank open. They piled through and dragged the door shut. Only then did they collapse to catch their breath. And there, of course, was where Lysic security waited. Open fire! A chorus of blaster shots rang out. The resistance scattered, ducking behind the offloading chamber's pyramids of crates and inspection booths. Indigo 1 and Black 2 went down in the front salvo. Half the rest took some kind of hit. The firefight commenced. Few words were spoken. Resistance members were still weak from the pressurization. Security didn't want to reveal their location. Shots whizzed through the air and occasionally found their mark. Both sides moved up in the chamber. Some met, engaging in close quarters combat. The howl of pain broke the verbal silence. But at last, the resistance teams met in a panting, exhausted heap at the exit. Lost Orange 5 and Black 3. Everyone else accounted for. Black 5 stood there in shock, his entire team gone. Hari touched 5's shoulder. Be strong, Trent. Be strong for a Black team. He looked down and nodded. Keep moving. Chelsea leaned on a table. We have to complete the mission. Doors open, Saley called out, with Darmac at the exit. Good. Then let's... The buzzing of their comms interrupted her.
Contact to all strike teams. Step on it. The Galena pirates just showed up.